Iti Baba. Manike mage hite muduve nurahangum yavi. Havivevi. Do you remember singing along obsessively to this song? Did you know it since Sinhalese? But did it matter to us? We loved the song, made it our own, just like we have done with many other songs in foreign languages. That's phonetic memory at work. Our brains are remarkably good at storing sound patterns, even when these sounds don't have semantic meaning to us. Have you ever found yourself confidently belting out Despacito ta 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 in the shower despite not knowing Spanish beyond Hola, gracias? Or maybe you've caught yourself dancing to Gangnam Style while butchering Korean pronunciation so badly you might accidentally be ordering nuclear weapons or something. So how does music make linguistic geniuses out of tone-deaf monolinguists like me and you for that matter, Hannah? To find out that, let's dive into the magical world of songs that made us all polyglots. Well, sort of.
The music, stories with Suchitra. The beats, the melodies. The music, stories with Suchitra.
You know, music is humanity's universal translator, the original Google Translate, just with better rhythm and fewer awkward mistranslations. Today we are celebrating the songs that proved you don't need to understand a single word to have it stuck in your head for weeks. Songs that broke the language barrier. Yes, that's what we're going to talk about today. And trust me, by the end of this episode, you'll understand why your brain remembers every syllable of Gangnam Style, but conveniently forgets your anniversary, important meetings, and where you put your car keys. Before we dive into specific songs, let's talk about why music can bypass the language centers of our brain. Neuroscientists have discovered that music activates multiple regions of the brain simultaneously, including the motor cortex, which explains why we physically respond to beats even when we don't understand the words. Correct? Dr. Ani Patel at Tufts University has researched this extensively. His studies show that music engages the brain's procedural memory system, the same system that helps us remember how to ride a bike or tie our shoes. When we hear a catchy song repeatedly, our brains store the sound patterns independently from their meaning, allowing us to reproduce those sounds with surprising accuracy despite having no idea what we're actually saying. In fact, all of language was created and formed like this. The phonetic memory is incredibly powerful. Studies have shown that people can recall lyrics in unfamiliar languages with about 70% accuracy after just a few listens, especially when those lyrics are accompanied by melody. The musical structure provides a scaffold that helps our brains organize and remember sound patterns that would otherwise be difficult to retain. It's why a pumping beat can fill a dance floor regardless of the lyrics, and why an emotional melody can bring tears to our eyes even when sung in a language we've never studied. Our brains process music differently than spoken language. It's more primal, more direct, more connected to our emotional centers. That is why certain songs can travel across continents and cultures without losing their power. The melody, rhythm, and emotional delivery provide context that transcends the literal meaning of the words. It's like having a conversation where you don't know what's being said, but somehow you still understand exactly what's being communicated. Let's start with perhaps the most dramatic example of music leaping across language barriers in recent years, the global rise of K-pop. When Psy released Gangnam Style in 2012, I don't think anyone, including Psy himself, expected it to become the first YouTube video to reach 1 billion views. 1 billion views in 2012, can you imagine? Yet that catchy dance track with Korean lyrics became an international sensation that had everyone from children to grandparents mimicking those iconic horse-riding dance moves. Gangnam Style.
Oppan Gangnam Style.
And Psy was just the beginning. Groups like BTS have built on that foundation to create a global movement. Despite primarily singing in Korean, BTS has topped charts worldwide, filled stadiums across continents, and even addressed the United Nations. What more do they want? What more does anybody want? Their songs about youth struggles, mental health, and self-acceptance resonate with fans regardless of whether those fans speak Korean, Japanese, Spanish, or anything else. When BTS performed Dynamite at the Grammy Awards, the audience, mostly non-Korean speakers, sang along enthusiastically. That is the power of music to connect us beyond words. Long before K-pop's global takeover, Latin music was proving that Spanish lyrics were no barrier to international success either. In 1958, Richie Valens, a Mexican-American teenager from California, took a traditional Mexican folk song, La Bamba, and transformed it into one of rock and roll's earliest hits. Despite being primarily in Spanish, the song reached number 22 on the American Billboard charts at a time when non-English songs rarely received radio play. There's also Macarena, remember? Hey, Macarena! In 1999, when a young Puerto Rican singer, Ricky Martin, released his crossover hit Livin' Da Vida Loca, that would help usher in what became known as the Latin explosion in American music. This up-tempo dance track blended Latin pop with American styles and topped charts in countries where Spanish wasn't spoken at all sometimes. Even more recently, Despacito by Luis Fonsi, featuring Daddy Yankee and later remixed with Justin Bieber, became the first Spanish-language song to reach number 1 in the Billboard Hot 100 since the Macarena, almost 20 years then. The song's catchy chorus became a global earworm, proving that a great hook transcends language barriers. The 2019 collaboration, Senorita, between Colombian artist Camila Cabello and Canadian pop star Shawn Mendes showed how bilingual songs can create bridges between cultures. By seamlessly blending Spanish and English lyrics, it invited listeners from both language backgrounds to step into each other's worlds. India also has its impressive history of songs that resonated globally despite language differences. Who can forget this 2011 Why This Kolaveri Di phenomenon? This Tamil-English hybrid with its deliberately simple lyrics about romantic disappointment went viral globally, becoming one of India's first true social media music sensations. Its soup song description connected with listeners across languages through its raw emotion and catchy rhythm. By the way, Kolaveri is actually Kolaveri, which means murderous rage. So Kola is murder and Veri is madness. So it's like a murderous madness. Rahman again demonstrated music's border-crossing power when he won an Oscar for his soundtrack featuring Jai Ho from Slumdog Millionaire. Despite being primarily in Hindi, the song's uplifting melody and triumphant energy communicated its essence to global audiences. What these diverse examples clearly show us is that music speaks to something deeper than our linguistic understanding. This phonetic connection is particularly evident in the global sing-along phenomena. Think about how the Lion King's opening Zulu chant in The Circle of Life became one of Disney's most recognizable musical moments worldwide. Millions of people who don't speak Zulu can still belt out with surprising accuracy. Researchers at McGill University found that music activates the brain's reward centers, releasing dopamine, the same chemical triggered by food, sex, and drugs. Yes, I've said this before in my earlier episodes, I'm saying it again. Music rewards the brain the same way as food, sex, and drugs. This creates a powerful reinforcement loop that makes us want to engage with a song repeatedly, strengthening our phonetic memory with each listen. Dr. Diana Deutsch's research on the speech-to-song illusion shows that when speech patterns are repeated, our brains begin to perceive them as musical. This helps explain why repetitive choruses in foreign languages become so catchy. The repetition transforms what might be meaningless syllables into musical elements that we process and memorize differently than regular speech. Perhaps it's because music predates language in human evolution. Before we had words, we had rhythm and melody as ways to communicate. These songs that cross language barriers are tapping into something ancient and fundamental in our shared humanity. Language does not matter. Our shared humanity, our emotions do. That's all for today on the Music Stories with me, Suchitra Krishnamurthy, on the Suchitra Krishnamurthy Show. I'll see you next week, same day, same time. Like, subscribe, share. See you soon.